The same way when you kiss someone, you take on their microbiome. When you're around someone or you depend on someone, like I depend on the people in my life, you absorb their spiritual microbiome. And so if they think limited, you will start to feel limited. If they're angry, you start to be angry. If they're controlling, you start to be controlling. Wherever we're at in life right now, really, you can be infinitely greater, even if your body, your mind is telling you you're at your limit.
So you're telling me to host a dinner party with incredible people and lick all of their silverware.
Well, I don't want their microbiome.
Okay, fine.
I just want whatever they manifested energetically in their life.
David, welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So I am very excited to chat with you today because we are putting this out in the new year. And I feel like whenever there is a New Year episode and we talk about manifesting, that people go bananas for it.
Yes.
Because that's what we think about when we want to build our big dreams or our life. But I have been loving your content and loving diving into Kabbalah about manifesting because you have been able to break it down in ways for me that I couldn't understand it before. So I'm so excited to share you with people today because manifesting can feel a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
So you have a background of 15 years of teaching people about spiritual teachings, Kabbalah, over 20,000 hours. Does that make you a master?
I was Googling that.
I literally thought about it today in the car. I'm like, I think it might be 30,000 hours.
Yeah.
So
I think I've done 30,000 hours. I don't know the exact number, but I don't even know what it means.
We're going to say you are.
Okay, great.
Next time you see me, I'm going to create a fake certificate.
I should look into that.
It's going to be a master certificate. You can go home. You're going to be a master. It's going to be amazing. All right. So do you feel like manifesting is like the number one thing that you get asked about?
I would say the top two things are how do I find my soulmate and all the relationship topics, because Kabbalah really addresses like the spiritual wisdom of the soul.
Yep.
And so everyone is interested in either one of those two buckets, which is relationships, love, or manifestation and prosperity. And I think that's the two big things that are.
Yeah. It's so crazy because when I thought about manifesting, I was like, well, that's manifesting a relationship.
Well, I guess
so
that's
we're
true.
Absolutely going to talk about that.
You're right. Because I think I've always, especially the last one I was on, the manifestation around abundance was like a big theme. But you're right. It's manifestation of both love and prosperity. It's a big thing.
It's interesting because they're also, they can feel somewhat similar to me. So sometimes when I don't feel abundant monetarily, I have felt very abundant in love my whole life, like very, like, I guess, lucky in love. Like that feels easy for me. So I always try to get that energy, try to figure out how to translate that energy into the money portion. But let's talk about manifesting then. This is the new year. There's so many people who are like, I want to, I'm making my vision board. I'm doing the thing. What would you say is kind of like one of the biggest blocks that you find in manifesting that people are doing wrong right now?
Well, part of what's interesting about the way Kabbalah addresses it, and I want to kind of lay a foundation because what your audience might hear from what we're going to talk about is going to be fairly unique or more in depth than wisdom that we're often presented. Because manifestation first starts on a soul level. A soul comes into this world and it has a certain spiritual mission. And Kabbalists explain that the world is really made up of two forces. One is the soul, which is a desire to receive. And the other is what we call like the light of the creator, or this universal force of energy, which includes within it all the pleasure and happiness we're looking for. So if a person's looking for abundance, if a person's looking for love, if a person's looking to manifest peace of mind or healing or whatever it is that they desire, all of these pleasures, all this fulfillment exists within this force that we call the light of the creator. And many people have different names for it. Some people call it God, some people call it the universe, but we all can kind of agree there's an energy out there. Now, this energy wants to be revealed and manifested. That's its intelligence. Our souls were created in order to receive it. However, the reason why we come into a world of darkness, we come into a world without a connection to our soulmate, we come into this world without really knowing what our purpose is or even how to manifest it, is because we as souls chose this darkness so that we could activate like this God gene inside of us and become creators. Now, the way we do that is that our soul comes to this world with a certain set of spiritual baggage that we've brought maybe from many lifetimes. And these are all the fears that we have. These are all the traumas that we have. A lot of what we feel today and the pain that we go through isn't because, as a child, I went through something and it made me a certain way. It's actually quite different. Your soul chose the parents you have. Your soul chose the boyfriend that you met in high school, or the. Are
you sure? I'm just kidding. I'm sure now. I'm sure now.
Your soul actually your soul called it in.
I'm positive now, but
you're positive. But at the time, it's hard to see that.
It wasn't looking good. Yeah.
Right. And the truth is, anyone who's going through a difficult time now in their relationship, like you need to know that your soul actually, from the moment you came into this world, called in that destiny, knowing that that person would be perfect to awaken inside of you the aspects that need to be changed and those fears and that negativity. Now, why? Because as we begin to see these fears, as we begin to see our control issues and our anger issues and our insecurities and all of these things that's been trapped for lifetimes, we then get the opportunity to transform them. And then we become like the energy of creation. We become like the energy of the creator. And this is the secret to manifestation. Because the greatest manifester is the creator. The creator has created creation. There's nothing more powerful of a manifestation. Someone creates a unicorn brand, or somebody creates a beautiful skyscraper, or somebody runs for a political office and becomes a president or a king, or goes into the position of a king. These are all very powerful things, and they're great manifestations. But there's nothing more powerful or big or infinite than what the creator has created. So when we vibrate on that level of the creator, which is what Kabbalah explains how to do, when we have affinity of form with that energy, then manifestation opens up in the biggest way. So a lot of times people come to me and say, well, you built this brand. I have a vitamin company called Mary Ruth Organics. People are like, what did you do to build a brand that eventually became a unicorn brand? And I don't really have advice that is practical of this physical world. I don't have a business background. I've never built a company before in my life. Neither has Mary Ruth.
You give me so much hope.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally, I truly believe.
I listen to you because I'm like, keep preaching, keep telling me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we have 210 employees. I literally believe each one of them knows more about business or what they do than I do. And one of the things that Mary Ruth and I realized when we founded the company, and we still own the company fully today, 10 years later, is that the way to attract the right employees, the way to attract the right ideas for products, the way to make your product shine on a shelf, the way to even get the divine inspiration of what the packaging should look like, right? Our logo, if you've seen it, it's like a Harvard case study of what great branding is. But the truth is that logo was made in 15 minutes and it cost me about $26. So I took a photo of Mary Ruth just with an iPhone. I sent it to a guy in India to make it into a caricature. And then I signed up on Canva and I made a logo out of it.
Nice.
So you think to yourself, you could pay $50,000 or $100,000 for a really great branding company to create something and do all of these focus groups and focus on colors and all these. But if you could plug your soul into the light of the creator, if you could vibrate on this level of consciousness, which is all the things that I'm trying to speak about that I've been taught, then you're accessing something even much more powerful than these branding companies, than these focus groups, than all of it. And I'm not saying those are bad, but if you could first plug your soul and consciousness into this infinite force, then that infinite force will open every other gate for you and maybe introduce you to all the right branding companies or companies you need to even work with. So kind of the summary of that is, before you go out into the world and try to manifest something, realize that all the gates will open for you if you first take a step back and plug your soul into this infinite force. And that's what Kabbalah is teaching.
So is it, when I first started learning it, it was like, of course I would have all of these things that I desired, but also really trying to take to heart on, if you're desiring something, you talk about go for the walk and forgive someone or clear this baggage that you've had. So when somebody's listening and you're talking about plugging into the light of the creator, like how do you use your daily life? Like, what does that look like? you wake up in the morning, you're drinking your coffee, you know, somebody texts you, you get upset. Like, what does it look like in a day-to-day basis to start plugging in?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what people are asking right now. That sounds good. What do I actually, what does that mean practically? Like, how do I plug in to that energy? So the way to connect with anything is affinity of form. When you have similarities to something, you get closer to it. And when you have a dissimilarity to something, you grow farther apart. We see this in relationships. We see this when an employee doesn't have the same vision as the founder.
Yeah.
We see this in so many different parts of life that we feel attracted and close to people who understand us and relate to us and have similarity of form. Now, if this is true, and it is, then we must understand what are the qualities of this energy. If you want to connect to this energy, first learn what are the qualities of this energy. Once you know the qualities, then your life should be dedicated to becoming in similarity of form with those qualities. It's very simple. So the first quality, probably the simplest, is this idea that the creator or this energy is not a reactive force, but it is a proactive force. Now, what does that mean? What is the definition of reactive behavior? Reactive behavior is any thought, word, or action that comes from a place of lack or fear in order to connect to instant gratification. So what's going to happen is, this is how it works. You wake up in the morning and you say, I want something.
Yep.
So give me an example of something that a person might feel either consciously or unconsciously that they desire to manifest.
I want, you're scrolling on Instagram. I want to be a part of that friend group. Why am I not invited?
Okay. So let's say I want, if we have to kind of broaden that, I want to be part of a social group or a group of people who have access, who have influence, who are maybe great people. And I want to be part of that. I wasn't invited to that. I don't even know how to become part of that, but I crave it. Now, what's interesting is, why did you see that on Instagram? Why did this desire even come up? The reason this desire came up is because the fulfillment of that desire came first and showed you, awakened in you to have a desire to come look for it. So what does that mean? It means that you are actually meant to be part of, let's say, that social group, or maybe a different one that is as powerful. And because you are meant to and destined to be part of it, it's part of what your soul is meant to have. This energy actually comes to you, pushes you to go to Instagram to look for it. It's not that you just had a desire randomly and went and looked for it. And it's not even that you were randomly scrolling and something popped up and then you had a desire. That's not how spirituality works. The light comes before the vessel. The cause comes before the effect. The fulfillment comes before the desire. If you have a desire for something, it's because the fulfillment of that desire came first. It means it exists. It's waiting for you, and it prompted you to look for it. So if you want a soulmate, it means there's a soulmate out there that's asking you to look for him or her. If you think that you are meant to be a billionaire, like truly in your heart, not everyone is. Like if I ask someone, like, would you like $1 billion? They would say, sure. But do you feel like you're meant to be that? I don't know many people who would say I'm meant to be that.
Right.
If I asked you, do you feel like you are meant to be the president of the United States? You would think for a moment and say, I don't think I'm meant for that. Right. Which means it's not part of your destiny. So when you feel something in your heart, in your soul, deep inside, like I'm meant to have this, I'm supposed to have it. It's actually unnatural that I don't have it. Yes. That means that that energy is waiting for you. It belongs to you. No one else can take it once you're ready for it. Someone might be holding on to it until you're ready, right? Someone might be married to your soulmate because you're not ready. Someone might be holding on to your wealth because you're not ready. But that energy is calling you, sending a spiritual signal to come look for it. So that's the first step. Once I have a desire, it's because this energy is already there. Everybody who's listening, you need to know that with certainty, because sometimes we have doubts. Oh, I want to be successful, but I'm not sure it's possible. If you want it, it means it's possible. Then the second thing that happens is, well, why doesn't the energy come in? I want it. The energy wants me. Bring it in. There's an issue here. Our soul, when it came to the
Damn
world,
it.
if it was only that easy, right?
Exactly.
Our soul, when it came to this world, said, I don't want anything for free. In the same way that if I buy a puzzle, a 1,000-piece puzzle for my 6-year-old, and because I love him so much and I care about him and I never want to see him in any pain, I say to him, I say, Elliot, I have even better news. I got you this puzzle, but not only did I buy it for you, I already made the whole puzzle for you. And here's the whole puzzle and it's yours. He's going to look at that and he's going to be like, this is not a gift. This means nothing to me. You might be interested in it for 5 seconds. He's going to walk away. What did he really want? He really wanted to build the puzzle himself. There's fulfillment that comes from when I choose to build something. So we told the creator, bring me into a world that I have to create. So at that moment, the Kabbalists call it the bread of shame. There's a shame that we feel when we receive something for free. It's the same shame a child feels when they inherit maybe money too quickly in their life, or they imagine like you got a promotion at work, but then you found out that your dad paid someone in the company.
Oh, yeah.
And then you hear that and you feel that. And you're like,
You didn't actually earn it.
I didn't earn it.
Ugh.
There's nothing worse in this world than the feeling of I didn't create or earn something. Even if people say, yeah, give it to me, like there's a shame they feel afterwards. So in order to remove this shame, what happens is when you crave something or desire something, the first thing that you will experience is some kind of challenge that will awaken negativity that you haven't dealt with. This becomes the spiritual earning that then aligns you with similarity of form to the creator, to this fulfillment, to have it come into your life. So let's break it down. Person says, I want to be part of a social group that has access, or I want a relationship, or I want abundance. These are 3 things that people are asking for. As soon as you say you want it, you'll start to attract people or situations into your life that will awaken your fears.
Fun.
Yes. So let's say you want to be part of the social group. Actually, what's going to happen is you're going to experience more rejection.
Totally.
People will like forget to call you. People will actually forget to invite you. And not because they did it in a way to be mean. It wasn't even intentional. The reason they forgot is the creator deleted it from their mind in order to push you through a process so that you could see, wow, I have approval issues. I have the need for validation.
Yep.
And the need for validation does not exist in the vibration of the creator. And this is why I am not connected to the creator. So now I need to transform my need for validation. Now, if you can do that, and Kabbalah gives the tools of how to do that as well. If you can do that, then you access the miracles. And what will happen is the creator will tell the social group to reach out to you. The creator will tell the social algorithm to have you pop up on their feed, and they're going to be like, I need to connect with this person. All of a sudden, the world becomes aligned to give you what you need once you make that transformation.
If you've ever run a business, you know the workplace chaos is real. I'm talking deadline slipping, someone's out sick, your tech decides to break mid-launch, and suddenly you're doing 3 people's jobs like, I'm totally cool, I'm fine, don't worry about me. And in those moments when you realize you don't need another person, you need the right person. This is a job for sponsored jobs. And if I had to hire for my team right now, I wouldn't just post a job and hope that the right unicorn magically finds it. I'd want someone who understands our pace, can handle the chaos, and has the exact skills we need, whether that's editing, ops, social, or customer experience. That's why I'd use Indeed sponsored jobs, because it boosts your job posts in search results so you can reach quality candidates who actually match what you're looking for, like specific skills, certifications, or even location. And with sponsored jobs, you only pay for results. People are finding quality hires on Indeed right now. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide, which is wild and also exactly the point. When you need the right hire, sponsored jobs is the solution. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. You know, I talk a lot about how powerful sleep is for our skin, for our mood, for our hormones, literally everything. But if I'm being honest, winding down at night hasn't always been easy for me. My brain literally loves a 10 p.m. strategy session all by myself as soon as my head hits the pillow. That's why I've been so intentional about creating a nighttime ritual. And lately, Osea's Dream Collection has been such a beautiful part of that. Their Dream Night Serum and Dream Night Cream are clinically tested, powered by bioretinol, and designed to reduce the visible effects of stress on your skin while you sleep. So you can literally say goodnight to dryness, dullness, wrinkles, and loss of firmness. And I'm especially excited about their newest launch, the Dream Bioretinol Body Serum. It's a full body overnight treatment with bioretinol, red seaweed, magnesium, and lavender that visibly firms, smooths, and deeply hydrates, while also creating this incredible sense of calm before bed. I am obsessed with the smell. Lavender is one of my favorites. And because skincare is self-care and choosing products that work while you sleep, that's the kind of efficiency that I am here for in this season of my life. So give your skin a rest with clean, clinically tested skincare from Osea. And right now we have a special discount just for our listeners. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code EARN at OseaMalibu.com, OSEA Malibu.com.
Now, when the test comes and your need for validation comes up to the surface, so let's say, how would that be triggered? It could be that you hear about an event that everyone's going to and your friend actually put on but didn't invite you. So now you feel pain, you feel betrayal, you feel like this emptiness inside. This is a test. Since the time of creation, this test was going to happen to you, and you can either act like God or you can become reactive. Reactive in this case would be maybe just getting sad and complaining about it. Reactive could be reaching out to the friend passive aggressively and saying something. We all have different ways that we become reactive in order to numb our pain. But every time you are reactive, you're disconnecting from the energy of the creator. Even if you think you're right, even if you think what they did is wrong, it doesn't matter. You are not allowed to make decisions, say things, or do things from a place of lack or fear. You must pause.
I may have just sent a reactive, very kind emoji, but it was from a place of lack. And I'm observant of that and aware.
Well, yes. Now you are, which is
like,
very powerful.
Dang it.
But how many people are? Most people are like, you know what? He deserved it. It's not about deserving or not deserving. It's about everything's a test for me to become like God.
Totally. That was just another test of like, are you sure you thought you were good? This was healed. Maybe it's not. It was like, yeah.
And here's what's interesting. Once you think you've healed something, and maybe you have, as soon as you make another goal, another desire, another milestone, another layer of trauma and negativity will come to the surface to be cleansed.
Okay, so you know this. Now I'm very aware of this, and I keep making the goals. How do we now get excited about the pain that's coming for you? Like, how do we not dread that part? Because I have had conversations with people where I don't know how else to be than real with them. Like, you know, kind of telling them the second you set this goal, you're going to be majorly challenged.
Of course.
And people dread that. They're really afraid. They're afraid of not being loved or being called out or being canceled. How do you tell someone, oh, but it's for your highest good. Right. You're going to be so happy on the other side.
Right. Well, so there's a difference between suffering and pain. Suffering is if you don't move forward and pursue your goals and go through your fears, and you decide to hide from it, or you decide to be passive because you just don't want to deal with it. Your soul still wants everything to be revealed. The world's still spinning. Everything's still moving forward towards perfection. You cannot actually make the decision not to grow. So what will happen is...
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
that's rough for people.
Yeah. So that's suffering. So what will happen is the universe will conspire to push you out of your comfort zone. And so this is suffering. Pain is actually not so bad. Pain is like you go to the gym.
Yep.
When you go to the gym, yeah, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, but it's very different than not going to the gym, having low dopamine, having low muscle mass, having health issues, and then the doctor telling you got to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So one is suffering pushes you towards health. But the first one, which is the proactive, is you go out and you seek it. And I think that if there's one thing that maybe people will get from this podcast is, can we shift our mindset around, do not run away from the pain, but can you get to a place where you're excited about removing and cleansing all of these aspects of ourselves that we've been hiding and that maybe we've been blaming other people for. And every relationship that came to you actually highlighted something. But our negative side would say, well, you know what? I'd rather label them as toxic. I'd rather label them as narcissistic. And then I will reinforce that by watching all these narcissism videos. And then all my friends will validate me that I was with a narcissist. Yeah, okay, maybe. But the point is, the creator still sent that person to you for a reason. They entered your orbit. They got through the king's guards. Like, they entered the palace of your life for a reason. And if you do not learn that reason and transform it really deeply, and it's not enough just to say the lesson was, I will never allow someone toxic again. I'm going to set a boundary. This is a more shallow reason. Yes, maybe setting boundaries is a spiritual lesson, but there's actually something often much deeper, and we should look into it. And we should look at what that is. It could be low self-worth. It could be this feeling that I don't deserve. The number one reason why people do not manifest abundance or love is because there's a part of them that says they want it, but then there's another part of them that feels they don't deserve it. And these two desires begin to compete and clash, and manifestation cannot occur unless all your desires are moving in parallel in the same direction. So there's always these hidden desires people have, which is causing them to sabotage the success. For example, I share this story all the time. If a person has, let's say, 20 employees, and they're making, I don't know, let's say a few $1 million of revenue. And they're like, well, how do I get to 10 million of revenue? And they set this goal and this intention. I want to get to 10 million of revenue. I'm making 2 now. I got 20 employees. And you're struggling to grow your company, and it's not growing the way you want. And I've had people come to me and say, look, I'm doing everything right. I got a great product. I got a great business. I got a great whatever. Like, why am I not growing the way I want? Why am I not hitting my goal of 10 million? Well, technically, if you want 10 million, it means the creator wants it for you too. It also means the energy is there. So it's not an issue with the energy. The fulfillment of this goal exists. There's an issue with the vessel. There's an issue with something inside of us that's not letting the energy in. So I asked this question. I said, what do you not like about your job? What do you not like about your company? One answer I got was, I don't like having employees because employees are hard to deal with. Employees cause problems. Employees cause me stress. I have to babysit them. So now we have something interesting. In order to grow to 10 million, subconsciously, he or she knows that they have to hire more people. So what's actually happening? When a client is coming on a Zoom, a potential client, and you want to close this client, and this client could be $1 million of business, there's another part of you that also knows if you get this business, you got to hire 5 more people. And because you don't want to deal with people anymore, you're actually subconsciously hoping this client doesn't sign up. And so you will be at a standstill now. And this is why manifestation is not occurring, because we're actually subconsciously blocking it. Relationships, same thing. I meet sometimes people who are amazing. They're attractive, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and there may be, like, let's say, I remember this one person, she was in her late 30s. She's like saying, you know, I haven't found my partner, and I've been dating, and it's so hard to date in LA, and all these stories. And she's like, I don't understand. Why is it so hard for me to find someone? So we have to kind of look at her desires as a pie chart. There's maybe 70% of her that wants to settle down and be with someone. But maybe there's 30% that she's not really aware of or honest about. That maybe 20% of that 30 is she wants to stay independent. She has a belief system that a man is going to control her. Or she has a belief system that she wants to keep her options open. So what's happening is this 30% is going to sabotage the 70%. And what will happen is she'll go on some dates, but as soon as it moves forward towards something that's healthy and real, the 30% kicks in and says, I want my freedom. I don't want to be controlled. I don't want to be hurt. And then she will find a way to sabotage it. So the question really is, as people are listening, if something's not moving energetically for you, most likely you have competing or limited belief systems and desires that are clashing with each other?
Oh man. So this is, real-time story of where I'm at is I've always been able to produce a certain amount of money that feels really good.
Okay.
But for some reason, like breaking through that certain amount, it's like something.
So it's at a standstill.
And we'll have multiple streams of income. And right when like something starts taking off, this one stream will fall off. So then it's like, I feel like I'm always replacing to kind of stay at this exact spot. And so
this is like a yearly number, let's say.
Yes, we're always kind of hitting around the same yearly number for the past, I'd say like 3-4 years.
And was it easy kind of to get to that number?
Yes, which was weird because we went from kind of like 0 to all of a sudden like, whoa, really fast. And now can't break through that spot.
Okay, so that reminds me of another client I had when I used to do my coaching. He came to me and said, I built 3 companies and each of them I can scale to 10 million of revenue so easily. But every time I hit 10, there's a problem.
Yeah.
A lawsuit happens, product malfunctions, employees quit. Something always goes wrong at the 10 million mark.
Yeah.
It means that there's a belief system above 10 million of not deserving or thinking that it's actually going to cause you more pain than pleasure if you go beyond that number.
That might be it. Like I feel like I'm going to be so exhausted.
There it is. By the way, there it is.
Yeah.
That is actually one of the biggest things people say. I am so exhausted. And this is why actually having employees that work 100% of the time, having employees that are always like suffocating on their work, they will subconsciously be giving evil eye and cursing the company to not come up with new ideas. Because think about it, if my employees are just like drowning in work and they're like can't take, like they have no time for anything. Do you think that when they go home at night, they're sending positive vibrations to the universe saying, I hope David comes up with a new idea for a new vitamin and a new formula that I can have some more work, that the company can make some more money and customers can be taken care of? You think they're meditating on that?
I'm pretty sure no.
No. They're actually praying.
Voodoo doll.
They're actually getting a voodoo doll and like poking me, basically saying, I hope David and Mary Ruth and anyone else in the company does not come up with any more innovation.
Yeah.
I hope this company just stands still because I'm exhausted. So this is really interesting because I'm calling employees all the time and I'm checking in with them because I know that and it's not conscious, it's very subconscious. If they are not happy, if they are overwhelmed, if they don't like their boss, if they don't like a colleague, they are subconsciously cursing the company. So energetically, all the vessels get blocked, the pipes get blocked. Everything is energy and everything is vessels for energy. And we are these vessels. Our consciousness, our desire is vessels of energy. So it's really powerful when you understand this. This is why you must let go of B and C players. Not because of any other reason besides the energies will not be aligned, which means they suffer and the company suffers. A B player or C player, if we're going to label it that way, is someone who either isn't good at their job, but they're there anyways because maybe you feel bad, is someone that's causing other people not to be good at their job. Maybe they have a temper, maybe they're controlling, maybe they're not a team player, and maybe they're just not good at what they do, so everyone slows everybody down. Or it's a person who doesn't really want to be there and they wish they were doing something else. So I always call my employees, I'm like, do you love what you're doing? Do you want to do anything else? Do you want to be in a different department? Do you want to go to a different company? How can we support that? Giving them the permission to open up energetically then opens up everything in the company, right? Netflix, the CEO, he wrote this book and he explained that there was a time where they kind of measure their employees, and then in the early on days when they were building their brand, they divided like the A from the B and C players, and they let go, I think it was like 30% of their staff that was B and C, and then immediately the company took off. So what was happening is that the B and C employees, even though now there's less employees, just A employees, A players, that smaller group of A made the company grow more and faster than the larger group that included B's and C's.
Wow.
Because B's and C's are limiting the consciousness and energy of that company. Now, a B at your company also means they could be an A somewhere else, most likely. So you letting them go is also allowing them to find the A player inside them. So what you just said about exhaustion is so important because if you're exhausted, you are secretly telling the creator, no mas, no more. I do not want more money, no more clients. We're good where we're at, and that's it. Because if I replaced you with, if I put Elon Musk in your position in your company, I'm sure within seconds, even if he did nothing.
You're like $1 billion company.
By the way, he would just sit there and not even do anything. But his consciousness is not one of, oh, I'm exhausted, I can't take another day of this. Just his consciousness alone, all of a sudden, like people would, like energy would come from everywhere and would be $1 billion company.
It's kind of like we're tolerating all of these different, when I think of it from me being Elon Musk very quickly, he just wouldn't tolerate certain things that would take on his energy. And that makes me realize there's a lot of things that I'm allowing to pull on my energy, even unconsciously. And I guess the word tolerating kind of helps me understand, like, oh, I've been carrying that.
Yeah, so now you're asking actually a different question, which is, how do I constantly optimize myself, cleanse myself of limitations and negativity? How do I get back my time and my focus so that my belief systems can always be infinite? I'm not sending a subconscious signal to the universe to sabotage. That's really what we're asking. And there's many parts to this. Like I was just in Miami, and usually when I'm traveling, I get this moment to kind of have more thought and more prayer and more freedom to just think about
when you're traveling.
When I'm traveling.
Because it's like you're not attached to
to kind of where you're at. You know, you don't have the kids. There's other things, right? And it's very important to have that detachment. Like something I do, I've observed like a Sabbath for 22 years from Friday to Saturday night. No phones, no nothing. And I've done that every single week for 22 years. Still. Like in a couple hours, I'm going to go off the grid.
Nice.
And I actually get such a recharge. I get most of my ideas, like we're talking 10, 50, $100 million ideas during that time.
Could we just hang out with you during that? Like, could I take your overflow ideas?
Well, that's actually the whole point.
Could you send me your notes?
The whole point is to actually not be around other people. For me,
right. Well, you could send the notes.
For me, yeah. Well, it's interesting because all the gates are open. I'm thinking, well, why are the gates open? I mean, there's two reasons. One is it is a very powerful day where there is extra energy. But two is that if I'm not on my phone and I'm not around people who are asking me things all the time and I'm working, what that does to me is it opens my energy up in a way where then I want to call in more. When you're overwhelmed, you do not want to call in more. And when opportunities come, you actually push them away, consciously and unconsciously. So having no phone, no connection to something that's making you feel limited or feel down.
Or taking
from you, yes. Yeah. This is why it is important for all of us to disconnect from the point of view of checking in with ourselves so we can have infinite consciousness. Infinite consciousness means I'm telling the creator and the universe, I'm willing to have it all, despite being exhausted, despite having children, despite having maybe some challenges in my marriage right now, despite I'm willing to still call in all the energy. I'm willing to go through the pain. I know that I will never receive a challenge I can't handle anyways. And I also ask the creator to guide me through it. That's the more appropriate prayer and mantra than not saying anything at all and just subconsciously telling the universe, no more.
Okay, so now you've brought up children. Okay, because this has been my husband and I's question for the past probably 7 years, literally. And with every birthday that passes as I get older, I'm like, do I
want kids or not?
Do I or not? Like as time is, you're doing the thing where you're like, okay, I'm going to be 65 by the time they get out of the house. Do I really want that life? Like I really like my life. Here is the thing at hand for us. We've never felt like anything is lacking ever. But also now I feel like there's a lot of things bubbling up around, but there's a lot of things that I feel that are taking up that space of we've decided to take care of our family. So that feels like something we have to take care of. It feels like there's not a lot of space for it.
You're talking about your family, your parents.
Yeah. So it's like this conflicting, we don't know if we want children and we don't know why. We're not sure if it's because our life is so full of other things and we feel like we're parenting other things but we do have a fear that we're going to hit 60. And the only fear around not having kids is that, but that also feels extremely big and scary.
Fear of
not
what?
having children, not having had experienced that love or not not having them when we're older because we like really love hanging out with, his parents. And so, but there's never been something that's like, oh, let's have children. I've never had that either.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is it that with certainty that you don't want children, or you vacillate between no and yes, it's somewhere in the middle?
Daily vacillate.
Okay. So let me ask you another question.
Okay.
Often, the way you know if you're meant to have a child or not is that the soul of the child actually is calling upon you. So it's the desire to have a child comes from a soul that's trying to be born. So it goes back to the first thing we said, which is the fulfillment comes before the desire. I want to have a child. Well, why do I want to have a child? It's because the child wants to have me. So do you feel, or have you ever felt, that there's a soul that wants to come down to you?
I think maybe before I did, but then...
What age?
37.
At 37, you felt that? Mm-hmm. Are you open with your age on
I'm 44.
You're 44. Okay, so 7 years ago you felt that. You didn't feel it before, you didn't feel it after. Why at 37?
It was more like, and I still get pictures like this. Like I love to teach things. So like I wake surf, I snowboard, I teach sometimes 15 to 20 people a summer, like how to do it. And I'm so obsessed with teaching. And I'll get like these little visions of like a kid. And
So
I call it like a monkey. I'm like, I'm teaching
vision.
this little monkey how to do something.
So you did see the visions.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good sign. That's a sign that there is a soul
Yeah.
that wants to come down. That's number one. Number two is often we have limited beliefs about having children, which is it's
Definitely.
Gonna cost me money,
Yeah.
cost me time, potentially cost me my marriage. It's going to take from me.
Yeah.
Right? Even pregnancy, it like leeches off of you. It ruins your health almost, right? It makes you more tired. It changes your body. Like there's a lot of things here.
Yep.
What you need to know spiritually is that with every child that comes, it expands the vessel of the family, and with every child comes more wisdom, more wealth, more protection, more everything, because the Creator basically says, hey, you have a new soul, and with that new soul, here's the package that you get with it. We think the new soul comes just to take, but it actually comes with an insane amount of abundance. Now, my parents escaped from Iran in 82 during the revolution, and then they came to America. They had my brother already, who at the time was maybe 9 or 10. And they had no money, they didn't speak the language, nothing was happening. And the last thing that was on their mind was having a child. In fact, they said it would be the most foolish thing for us to have a child. We have one already. My brother Dan, he always wanted a sibling, but my parents said, there's no way. We can't afford it. We're living with another family now. That was it. I was actually born as an accident. They weren't trying to have me, but I came, and when they got pregnant with me, it was not something they necessarily desired, but my soul had to come to this world for whatever reason. So my dad actually told me this about a year or two ago. He never told me the story. He said that they were in the worst, absolute worst financial situation all of those years. He said the day I was born, he said literally the next day something opened up and changed the whole trajectory of their life. They never had to worry about money again, everything. He said something about you being born brought a blessing into our lives that changed forever.
Are you ready to take your business's marketing to the next level? Meet Brevo, the all-in-one marketing and CRM platform built to help you connect with customers, boost engagement, and grow your business smarter. With Brevo, you can manage all your customer interactions in one place. Nurture leads with their built-in CRM, reach your audience through email and SMS, and keep them coming back with powerful automations. But here's where it gets really exciting. Meet Aura, Brevo's AI assistant. Aura helps you craft smarter campaigns by suggesting personalized content, optimizing send times, and even analyzing performance data to help you improve your strategy in real time. It's like having a marketing expert on your team 24/7. And of course, Brevo offers advanced analytics, seamless integrations, and AI-driven personalization, everything you need to create multi-channel campaigns and hit the mark every time. Get started for free today or use code HAPPY50 to save 50% on starter and standard plans for the first 3 months of an annual subscription. Just head to brevo.com/happy and take your marketing further with Brevo and Aura. You know that moment when a meeting ends and someone says, let's remember to circle back on this next week. Everyone nods, but no one writes it down. And next week rolls around and everyone forgets. That's why Granola exists. Granola is an AI-powered notepad built for the way real people actually meet. Here's how it works. You take rough notes like you normally would, and in the background, Granola securely transcribes the meeting. Then it turns everything into a clean, structured, actually useful notes when the meeting ends. And the best part is that Granola works through your device's audio, which means it integrates seamlessly into the video conferencing tools you already use, and there's no setup and there's no awkward bots. It's just your normal meeting with superpowers. So you get to actually listen instead of frantically typing every word and still walk away knowing exactly what was decided, who's doing what, and what comes next. And I have to tell you that before using Granola, my meetings were very much the classic entrepreneur chaos where I jumped from mastermind calls to team meetings to partnerships, scribbling notes everywhere, then spending extra time afterward trying to piece together action items or remember what we actually decided. So the first time I saw Granola's notes after a meeting, I was honestly shocked by how organized and complete everything was. It felt like getting my brain back. Now I can actually stay present in the conversation instead of worrying about capturing every single detail. So if you're in a season of big vision, big conversations, and a lot of moving parts, Granola makes sure nothing falls through the cracks. If meetings are eating up your day, Granola is a no-brainer. You can try it totally free for 3 months. Just head to granola.ai/earn. That's granola.ai/earn to get your time back. Get 3 months free at granola.ai/earn.
And this is actually not something that's unique to my soul, but it's unique to any soul that comes down to this world. So maybe there was a limited belief around, hey, this child's going to take something from us, but what I can tell you is if you and your husband feel called to it, what's going to happen is every podcast is going to become more powerful. Mm-hmm. Your audience is going to grow. More people are going to feel even deeper from you because you have this additional wisdom, divine inspiration. Like everything is going to grow. Mm-hmm. Now, if that's appealing to you, if that feels right to you, then that's another reason why to call in this soul that is also trying to call you because you did see a vision.
That's such an interesting, okay, here's why that is like,
one more thing came to my mind.
Do tell.
You are the type of person that believes wholeheartedly, and you must always look for your fears and break them. This is what you're teaching. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine a greater masterclass in breaking all your fears and having a child, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot there, which means that on the other side of that will be an insane amount of miracles. Yeah. Another person who's just like so excited about having it, it's not scary for them. It's not really a spiritual work for them so much, right? So another way of looking at it, and that came to my mind, and I just have to share it. If there's fears around it, it could be really interesting to write down all the fears and then say, hey, look, if all I did is do this because I want to break all my fears, even this is a great exercise and at least going deeper into it. The creator will eventually show you what to do, but you never want to not do something because there's a lot of fears there.
It's like going to make me cry because you hit on a few things, and I think this is going to resonate with so many women because I have so many women like around my age or upper 30s who there's a really, of course, I'm gravitating towards women without kids because we, have a different life and I have a lot of friends with children too, but it's like this constant question in the ether and, you get what you look for, but I'm very also open. And I think the conversation with so many women right now, and I know this is my personal, like the things that I'm dealing with. I think it's going to touch on one of my biggest fears, which is like, if something happens to that kid, like, I don't know if I could deal with it. Like,
okay, so that's big.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I don't want to change who I am because I've spent my life trying to be free of anxiety, and I just feel like that's going to fuck me up.
That's going to bring even more
so
anxiety.
I'm like, that's going to make me like not this free person that everybody has come to like know and love. And then the second part is the money thing. Like we've got really big dreams and big goals around like what we want to do and what we want to do with that. And I'm like, is this going to like totally, because I'm already exhausted, right? So I'm like, do I have space for this? Which, by the way, if we had a child, I think it would be adoption at this point. But my dad was adopted, so.
An adoption, by the way, when that happens, is still even though it's not your biological child, it's still the soul that was meant to be with you.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so that soul will come.
Please tell me.
Yeah, so that soul will come into that body that was going to come anyways organically if you got pregnant.
Which would be great if you're like 4 or 5. It'd be awesome. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, listen, this is very
Then I could be ahead. Yeah.
This is very powerful what you're saying, because another way of looking at it is your soul came to this world for only one reason. It's not to have a big audience. Our soul didn't come to this world to actually help people.
Yeah.
That is the way that we can eventually find what we need to change about ourselves. When you're fulfilling your purpose in life, you will then be aligned to be shown more of what you need to change. So we actually came to this world to transform. And so one of the questions to really ask is, if all these fears and anxieties I have, do I feel that this is the lifetime that I need to actually confront them? Or do I prefer, or am I meant to actually come back next life to fix it? Because anything we do not fix in this lifetime, we'll have to come back and fix again.
Oh, well, that could get real heavy.
I can get real heavy, right? I mean, and here's the other.
Oh, God, I'm going to be like Octomom. Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell you something so powerful, because I think, and this is just my intuition on it, and I apologize if it's off, I think there's so much you want to do for the world. And the way to do that is to constantly, it's not the actions we do, it's the energy we create inside of ourselves in our own lives. So breaking your fears and going through the exhaustion, because there's a whole thing in the Navy SEALs. They say when you get to that point, you feel like you're going to die. You have no more energy in the tank. And it's like you're exhausted beyond belief, and you haven't slept, you haven't ate, and it's cold, all these things. And you want to go ring that bell and say, I'm tapping out. They say you've only actually tapped into 20% of the energy. Your body actually has 80% more to go.
Wow.
But as a protective mechanism, it tells you that it's at 0. But you actually have so much more. And so we can also expand our mind and be like, exhausted, limited. In fact, you probably are just at 5% of your capacity, and you have 95% more to go. And it is all consciousness. The ones who become the Navy SEALs or the SEAL Team 6, it's only a difference of consciousness. It's not the physical. It's not like they all have the physical might of the greatest in the world. The differentiating factor is consciousness, and knowing that your feeling of exhaustion is really just an illusion. It's really just my defense mechanisms kicking in, and I am not exhausted. In fact, I'm infinite. I'm wealth. I'm love. Like, I can do anything. And then you just expanded your vessel. I'm sure you want to reach. Is there a number of people that you want to reach and influence? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, a number comes to my mind when I'm thinking about what I want to do, but does a number come to you?
I mean,
what do you see?
It's always been like millions of people, whatever that's just always been.
Okay, so millions.
Yeah.
But is that it? Do you see something bigger? Because I think you're already reaching millions. So you've already hit this goal, which, by the way, could be another reason why things are not going past that number, because you've hit it. And you have to set a new vessel, a new desire, a new goal, and then you'll call in a whole new reality.
Yeah, I think I think sometimes, and I know that you can relate to this from your story, but when you come from where you came from, like, you're kind of like, whoa, I mean, I'm kind of doing okay setting these big goals that sometimes stretching past that. I find that with even starting this product company, like, I find myself going, am I really the person who could take this company to where I want to go? Like, all the time. All the time. Which is so funny, because we can feel so confident in certain areas, but then there's that whisper that you're like, it's still there.
So that whisper is your soul's correction. You actually came to this world to experience that whisper and to break through that. And the areas you're actually comfortable, you've corrected in the past life. So that's why it's flowing. And, you know, in our company, when Mary Ruth and I started, we had no money. We had debt. Then we had 4 miscarriages. Then we were working night and day. And then we started the company. We started a product. We didn't have our first employee for like 4 years. But this is Mary Ruth. I don't have this. I had to learn this over time.
Okay.
Her belief system from day one is, her motto is move forward every day. She basically would tell me, we're just going to keep moving forward. and there's no limitation. She's like, this can be $1 billion brand.
Wow.
This is in the beginning when we had we had $700 when we came out with 20
So what was your
bottles of it.
brain doing during that?
My brain was just listening to her. I was
Were you like
basically-
borrowing it, trying to?
Well, I was teaching Kabbalah for a nonprofit, so I wasn't even making any money. But I was influencing the world in a big way, but not monetizing it. And she was doing nutrition, and she was just teaching one-on-one nutrition, which then exhausted her because she was basically working till 11 o'clock at night. And then she realized, I can't be the product. We need a product. And so I said, what product do you want to create? She's like, I want to create a liquid vitamin. I said, well, why? She's like, my program is called Liquids to Lunch. People getting nauseous taking capsule vitamins during that liquid kind of fast, and they should be complemented by liquid, and there's nothing good out there. Then what I'm good at is, if you give me a goal, I'll go manifest it. But what Mary Ruth is good at is thinking unlimited and infinite and not being afraid. She's not afraid of pain. So for example, we have 4 kids in 4 years.
Whoa, just constant pain.
She was literally in constant pain for 4 years.
Totally.
But what was most powerful that I saw is, obviously she had a natural birth, each one. She never took a epidural. But then when she had twins, she said, I'm going to give birth naturally to these twins. I'm not going to take an epidural. And not only that, but her water broke, but she didn't have contractions. So they put her on Pitocin. So it made the contractions even more intense. So she's in a room and all the doctors like, this is not a good idea. She's like, I don't care. I'm going to go through the pain. There was 12 doctors in the room, blood everywhere, Pitocin making her contractions like you're getting stabbed with knives constantly. I saw her eyes. I thought she like clinically died for a moment.
Oh God.
We couldn't find the second baby. The doctor was all up in there, couldn't find it. And eventually those children were born. Mary was the kind of person that when she goes to the dentist, if she needs to like fill a cavity, she won't even take Novocaine. She's like, I want to feel.
Like not even for fun.
No. She's like, I want to feel it all. I want to go through the pain. That's her thing. And last year we almost sold the company. We had offers, close to $1 billion. This is public, so I share it. And she comes to me and says, what are we going to do? Sell this company, get all this money. These companies are going to degrade the brand. Customers are going to be upset. Is that really what's right for the world? I said, well, what do you want to do? Like we were in the middle here. We have investors. We have to take care. She's like, I want to buy everyone out and let's take this to 10 times what it is and make it even better. And I said, nobody does that. That's a lot of risk. Like you want to take debt, hundreds of millions of dollars of debt. And just so you can run the company again yourself, take that risk when you could sell it today and have, comfort for thousands of generations.
Yeah.
And she said, which one's the more painful route? She's like, either we're expanding or we're dying. She's like, you think getting this money is going to make our life better? And then she moved forward and we bought the company back. And every day, that's what she keeps saying. She said, wherever the pain is, wherever the darkness is, well, let's go there because that's where the miracle is going to be. And what's interesting is we've got 4 kids at home. We had our own relationship, transformations. So many things happen. But her mindset is, she's always recalibrating to realize that there's more space. There's infinite things that can happen. She just keeps changing her mindset. So I've learned that from her. So a lot of what I teach is that I've been blessed with amazing people around me, she being one of them. Aisha, my manager, is amazing. I got people around me that are just always, that's something that I've prayed for. I want only people around me who don't have a limitation in the way they think. Because you absorb their aura, you absorb their consciousness. The same way when you kiss someone, you take on their microbiome. When you're around someone, or you depend on someone, like I depend on the people in my life, you absorb their spiritual microbiome. And so if they think limited, you will start to feel limited. If they're angry, you'll start to be angry. If they're controlling, you start to be controlling. So I think this is very powerful. It's very powerful. There's just, wherever we're at in life right now, really, you can be infinitely greater, even if your body, your mind is telling you you're at your limit.
So you're telling me to host a dinner party with incredible people and lick all of their silverware.
You get the best of both worlds.
Like they leave and I'm like,
yes, you get the best of both worlds. I think that's actually a pretty smart.
I'm like, would I get better from that? Technically.
Every week I try at least 1 or 2 times to reach out to someone who's doing something better than me and take them out to lunch or go for a walk.
And lick their fork.
Well, I don't want their microbiome.
Okay, fine.
I just want whatever they manifested energetically in their life.
No, that's so smart though, and that is so true. That is one of the things that Chris and I have always done early on. We understood that if you just get yourself in the rooms with these people, you change.
You change.
Like, I mean, it's kind of true when you look both ways. Why do parents not want children to hang out with the bad kids at school? Because you change in that way. Right. But what we never thought about growing up is like, no, that's why you move to California, you learn really quickly. There are people who are like, I want my kid at this school. I want them in this neighborhood. And it's like, because you are a product of that.
Correct.
You become like them.
I gave a seminar last night to a few hundred people who are in the Persian community, actually. And we talked about the limited belief systems that exist in this culture, which many Middle Eastern cultures have this a similarity, or even Asian cultures have it. And one of the things we talked about is how these parents are often worrying about their children so much, and they have so many opinions about who they should hang out with and how all these things. And I said to them, look, the truth is your child's consciousness is 95% being shaped by you, the parent. They're spending the most amount of time with you. They're connected to you on a soul level. They're sleeping in the same house as you, so that vibration of the house is seeping into them. The same way we don't like to keep the Wi-Fi on because the EMF is hitting us while we're sleeping. Yeah. Your parents' consciousness is hitting the children while you're in the house. So I say to them, if you really want your children to have a good influence, you need to be the one with certainty. You need to be the one that stops worrying about them, because when you worry about your children, you actually give them an evil eye and you limit them. In the Persian community, worry is like a love language. Oh. The more I worry about you means the more I love you.
Sounds very Midwest of them.
Is that a Midwest thing as well?
Yes.
And it seems like to be actually a very big phenomena. Like, you want to know how much I love you? I worry about you all the time. Worry limits a person.
Like that is said whenever I see people in my family.
Is what?
Like, I'm always worried about you. Like, that's what they say to us, you know?
And it's supposed to be an endearing thing.
Yeah, it's like a loving thing, but you're just like,
So maybe we change that and say, I always have certainty in you. I'm always thinking about you, and I have so much. By the way, watch what happens to their energy when you say that. When you say you're worried about someone, their vibration drops. When you say, you know what, every day I think about you and I have so much certainty in you.
Oh man, that's such a powerful statement to even say to your friends. I'm just thinking of like some of my girlfriends, if we said that to each other, like how that would feel.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
By the way, when people ask me, what does every man want in a relationship? Only a woman who will have certainty in him. When you don't have certainty in your partner, his energy is gone. And even to say it. Yeah, right? Even to say it verbally to him all the time, I have certainty in you. And it goes the other way too.
Totally.
Don't you want your partner to have certainty in you?
Yeah, definitely. It's like, well, this brings up, I was listening to one of your podcasts on the way up here, because 2 hours in traffic is great. It's a great way to listen to podcasts.
So you don't live around
I live in
here.
Orange County area, Newport Beach. And so you were talking about, me and Aisha were talking about, sometimes you hear on a podcast something you just want to get like a neck tattoo of. So my next neck tattoo is certainty beyond logic. Like that phrase to me just feels like the next phrase of my life that I'm going to carry. Like sometimes I'll get phrases for like 5 years at a time. That feels like the next phrase of my life, like certainty beyond logic, because there's so many times where we're like, okay, well, how do I be certain? Like, I feel like I can see the vision, but the beyond logic allows faith to come in, and God is something much bigger than you. It's like, no, of course you're not going to feel 100% certain because it's beyond logic. So you have to let that part come in. Tell me about it. Like, tell me how you feel about it.
The thing is, logic represents the boundaries of your current vessel. Certainty beyond logic means you break the old vessel to get the new vessel. When you go to the gym, you have a muscle that you try to break. It's funny, you go to the gym, you even pay a trainer to destroy something. Something about breaking the muscle is what makes it stronger, versus why don't you go massage the muscle? If you massage the muscle, it atrophies. So breaking it makes it stronger, massaging it and making it comfortable makes it weaker.
You become Wagyu.
You become white guy. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Totally.
They massage the
Exactly.
cow in order to make it weaker.
Like, don't move. We want to make you weak and soft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what happens is we're given situations in life, no matter what level you're at, you're going to face this, where right before you go to the next level, you're going to feel darkness and confusion. You're not going to be able to see what's going to happen. It's very hard for people. When you can't see where the money's coming from, when you can't see how you're going to get pregnant, and you're having difficulty, when you can't see where the healing is going to come from, when you can't see where the love is going to come from, when you can't see how this marriage is not going to like become what you've always wanted it to be, or your child, like you can't see it. This is the most powerful moment of your life. This is the moment where you can create the most miracles. This is the moment you can create a whole new destiny and a whole new life when you see nothing. Why? Because what it's doing is your logic is just being decimated. So your vessel is being decimated. You're actually breaking the muscle down. And in those moments, we're just looking for answers all the time. Don't look for answers. When you're in pain in a breakup and you want to start like looking to see what your ex is doing and you're looking for some comfort and you're asking around or you're speaking bad about them or all the things that we do to try to ease the pain, don't do it. Actually experience the pain, feel the pain, go through the pain. Because what the pain is doing is it's breaking the vessel you had when you were with your partner, that ex-partner, because your creator wants to give you a new vessel, a new muscle that will hold your soulmate. But if you stay within the logic and you are reactive and you do all the things just to numb the pain, then all that will happen is you'll end up going back to your ex or you'll attract another man or woman who is just like your ex. Going through the pain and saying, I have certainty beyond my logic, because my logic is my old vessel, that this is good, it's going to be good, it is good, is the most powerful thing. A lot of people have certainty within logic, which is they see the money coming, like, oh, I'm certain. They see the miracle, so they're like, of course, everyone's certain when you see it.
Yeah.
But can you be certain when you see nothing?
It's a great question.
That's the miracle.
That's the whole miracle. Well, I'm so grateful for you.
Yeah,
Next time I'm going to book 4 hours.
We can do a full. We haven't scratched even the surface.
I didn't even ask you one question from my notes. So
that's what always happens.
I love when that happens.
That's what always.
It's literally
there's
the
no.
best.
They come with notes. We never even look at the notes.
We got a sip of coffee and that's where it ended. So thank you so much for coming on. I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you.
What are you most excited about right now?
I've learned to kind of simplify my life and just focus on 3 major buckets. 1 is my family. 2 is obviously our brand and our business. I'm not taking on any new projects or ideas or investments or board seats. Like there's just all of those things become distractions. And the 3rd probably really excites me is my platform because I didn't have social media even 8 months ago.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
8 months
Insane.
ago. Aisha remembers I just started. I had a few thousand followers. Aisha looked at me and she realized that she couldn't manage me then because I didn't have a following, but I kind of let it go. And then as it started to just explode, because I started to put the content online, and she came to me and she believed in me and just helped me kind of go to a whole nother level. And I created a masterclass all for charity. It's called Kabbalah1.com. And I have a few different kinds of master classes. And I donate all the proceeds go to charity. I don't monetize my platform. And I also make it pay what you can. So you can pay $1, you can pay whatever you want. But that masterclass has been probably one of the most life-changing things for people. I mean, you took it.
I love it. You guys go and do it. It is life-changing. They'll know from the first class.
You'll know from the first class, yeah.
It helps you understand things you couldn't wrap your brain around before very easily. I don't know how I had a very religious background growing up too. So some of you who maybe listen to this and maybe you had some moments of triggers, maybe you didn't, but if you did, from somebody who that was my past, I was just a giant trigger, because that's how I was raised. I can absolutely go, if you go with an open mind, open heart, you're going to see that it's going to make so much sense of what you have learned your whole life. It's not going against what you're learning. It's actually making more sense of what you're learning.
Correct. And I have every religion is following me, every culture, tradition. And what they're saying is, I'm Jewish, I'm Christian, I'm Catholic, I'm Muslim, I'm Buddhist, I'm atheist. And this is now creating a spiritual framework for me.
Totally. It was life-changing for me. It was a beautiful bridge. So I'm grateful for you.
Thank you for having me.
We'll link that up in the show notes as well. And I'm just so grateful that you came and spent time with me today. This was so fun.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone.